everyone, it's Ewok here, just popping down a quick introduction before this video starts. Just a little disclaimer, if you haven't watched episode 6, I'd suggest you go back and do so because episodes 6 and 7 are pretty linked. They're actually two parts of one mission, which is our trip to Minmus in the rocket ship Redlaz. So if you haven't watched the last one, go back and watch it now. Hope you enjoy this one. Because it was split in half, you might notice that it begins quite abruptly. Well, here you go, hope you enjoy.
It's a good job that we didn't say, oh, we're going to be purists and do this in one-to-one time.
Yeah, I would
try to be sort of quite Puritan about the way that we're playing in terms of no mods, no reverting. Wouldn't like to be playing real time.
We'd have to be doing so many launches at once and trying to manage them all at the same time. It would be pretty nightmarish.
I'm sure there's lots of people do it and do it very well, but I think it's beyond our capabilities, frankly.
Well, to be honest, I think getting to Minmus is beyond our capabilities. I think we've been quite lucky.
I could have worked this out. There probably would have been a lot of sort of like quiet points in the video where I was scratching my head and probably quietly swearing as opposed to loudly swearing.
Okay, we've got Minmus encounter. It's still freaking out a bit.
Right, so that's okay. So obviously get to that periapsis and then burn retrograde. That's all we need to do. That'll get we're there.
It's still freaking out.
I'll calm down. I'm sure the viewers will forgive me.
It really is freaking out.
Oh God! Now I don't think this is our fault. I don't think this is something we've done.
It's like it doesn't fucking know which line we're supposed to be on. It doesn't know if we're supposed to be following this.
Can you right click on Minmus and set it as the target and see if that helps? Focused on Minmus.
Nope.
Okay. If you notice, it's kind of like it's we have came across here. Not sure what's quite going on there. Oh, that's only a 14-second burn.
It's only a 14-second burn with this fuel tank, but we're not going to get it done with this fuel tank.
That's all right. Oh yeah, I didn't realise it was actually quite that low. Sure,
in
fact,
right. I'm almost tempted to kick this fuel tank off, so we've got a better idea. In fact, I might just burn the last of this away, retrograde, if that's
okay.
alright, and then just chuck it because it's actually getting in the way of working out what the manoeuvre should be.
Regardless of how this pans out, though, that is quite a sexy rocket. I'll reiterate that again.
It is. I've always said that Redlaz is sexy. And I won't have anyone tell me otherwise. Okay, that's that rocket gone. So I'm just going to need to kick that thrust lever in temporarily, so it gives me a better idea of the estimated burn. 44 minutes.
That's probably not doable. 44 minutes.
That's because I haven't actually kicked the engine in yet. 25 seconds.
Oh, that's not bad, you know.
That's not bad at all. A 25-second burn.
And then obviously once we've got that, we'll then go to the periapsis. No? Oh, hang on. Oh.
Sorry, I accidentally
bollocksed it.
It's fine. Let's add the manoeuvre. Because we actually want to get in a lot closer than...
Yeah, ideally, if we can get the periapsis. I don't think that it's quite as rocky on Minmus either. I think there's some bouncy bit. Oh, that's pretty decent.
To 30,000?
I'd probably see if we can maybe get a
Why
touch.
Not just shoot into it? It works. We know it works. Otherwise you're just wasting fuel bringing your orbit down for no apparent reason. You're
the pilot, we've established that. If you're confident in being able to do it, by all means you go for it. That's going to be coming down on the dark side, but we have got lights, remember. Actually, there's a point.
How the hell do I turn the lights on?
I think if you go back to your ship, you see the top little bits on the actual where the clock is and whatnot. There's lights, there's gears, and then there's brakes if you're using a roller.
Pretty. Very pretty.
Now, were the lights on this?
Yes, they're on, look. There they are. Lighting enough.
Check up on resources, see if that's using like much power though. I mean, I wouldn't think it would do if you go to resources in the top right.
Well, it's not draining anything from...
Sweet, there we go. Leave the lights on them. That's pretty snazzy.
No, I'll turn them off until we need them. Let's not be silly here.
Just remember to turn them on though, it'll be quite handy once we're getting a bit closer.
Right, I'm going to speed time forward until it's time to do my manoeuvre, because we Otherwise, we'll be sitting here for an hour.
I'd like to look inside the cockpit at some point as well, if possible. Now that we've got the new cockpit, I'd like to have a look out.
I'll have a look in.
Eye view.
Have a look in before he lands.
Oh, look, there it is, looming behind the nav ball.
Minmus. I'll tell you what, let's have a quick look at the cockpit now, just to satisfy your curiosity. Here's the new cockpit.
The sun shining sort of down in his face. Get nice and warm.
Ooh.
It is quite
What's
snazzy.
that? Shall I press that?
No, I think that's your throttle. Yeah, I think all in all we're looking pretty sweet here.
Okay. Now I will zip forward until it's time to make my manoeuvre. So. Don't want to overshoot it. I overshot it.
Burn. Just burn. We'll get it. Probably not make it fantastic, but
yeah, it'll not be as pretty, but it'll get us into the orbit we need to be in. Oh, this is really horrendously ugly the way that this is fucking up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's causing us a little bit of a minor headache. I think. We're getting it. Yes. Careful.
There we go.
Okay, so that's we're going to be coming down on the dark side. It's a shame because Minmus is a beautiful shade of green. I'd like to see that. But yeah, that's
well.
that's
If you really want, I've got enough fuel that I can make it so that we come down on the light side. It seems like a little bit of a waste to me.
Oh, but it would look nice though. Just imagine Bob's little face when he gets out, sees all the green around him lit up.
Is it going to be very dark there?
It's the dark side of the moon. The dark side of the moon, by its very name, is usually dark.
But in order to get onto the light side of the moon, we're going to have to bring this massive apoapsis down.
I'll tell you what, then, in typical fashion, what we'll do, we'll get there and we'll see what it's like. Okay? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I'm just going to put a little manoeuvre node there, just to give us an idea of how long it's going to take. So we're 8 hours away before we need to start worrying about it. I'll try not to overshoot this time.
When you're starting to get a bit closer, though, I think we should zoom back in on the ship and just see if we can see anything down on the ground as well. You know, it's a good little bit of discovery. As I said, I've only been to Minmus the once, so I like to see it. I want to have a good look round. I think Minmus has biomes as well. Don't quote us on that.
Well, we'll sure find out. Unless we fuck this up, it is still possible that this could be a total fuck up and that Bob could die again. I really hope that doesn't happen. It's gone very smoothly. Compared to how long it took us to get to the Mun,
I know, we're fucking flying.
how many launches, how many failed attempts, and then we build a brand new ship, and looks like we're going to get the Minmus on the first attempt.
I think the viewers watching this should bear in mind that the Moon and Minmus are very small goals, really. I mean, it's taken a long time to get our head around being able to get to the Moon, but it's not a big leap extra to get the Minmus. I think where we'll have a lot of difficulty and where a lot of the frustration might come from is when we try to go into planetary. Because that's kind of the barrier that I'm facing, just trying to work stuff out. And, you know, while I do enjoy watching a lot of excellent YouTube videos on Kerbal, I don't like to watch them to try and get tips on how to do things. I'm a player that likes to learn games by experience. You know, I've never really been a big one for like lots of cheats or lots of walkthroughs or guides. I'm not somebody that likes that. I like to kind of learn by failure, effectively.
I'm much the same. I mean, we could have done a lot better. We could have got to the Mun a lot earlier if we had went out looking for guides. And, I mean, we've had a few tips here and there from a couple of people, like Redlaz offered us some tips, and we had a couple of tips from a couple of people on some of the forums we go to, but we never actually made the effort to go out there and read FAQs or watch YouTube how-tos or anything like that. How can I get rid of this bloody fuel tank notice?
I'm just thinking.
Any idea how I get rid of this?
Try right-clicking on something else. We're a little bit kind of glitchy.
I don't want to press that because that's going to make the engine go on, isn't it?
No, I just did stops access to the fuel tank.
Oh, that's annoying.
Can't really think of much of a way of getting around that.
Because I've got the resources tab
That makes
over.
sense. There'll be people screaming at me for that one, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
It's not actually, if you can find the planet, see where...
That's down there, mate.
It's not looking that dark, actually, I suppose, because it's green. It doesn't look as dark as the Moon does.
Well, we've got the land. Ooh, is that Kerbin over there?
It's Kerbin.
And that the Mun?
That's the Mun.
Ooh, isn't that pretty? Oh, Oh, how sweet.
Okay, I'm just thinking, we'll probably count as being high over Minmus. It might be worth getting out and doing like an EVA report. We'll probably get some juicy signs for being close to Minmus, but just kind of observing it from space. Might be worth checking out.
I'd rather do that on the way out than the way in. Because I'm scared.
Well, do it. Just don't let go. Just get out. Do a little report. Get back in.
You say don't let go. It's not that easy. Sometimes he lets go by himself.
That's fine. See? 32. There we go. Didn't get anything exciting. I think we really should make a habit of trying to read those out.
I was not sitting on the outside of this ship and reading that out.
Well, that's a shame. Tell you what. You know what I'm going to say next?
What are you going to say?
Put the legs out.
It's a bit early for that, don't you think?
Put the legs out.
I'm double tapping G, nothing happening.
Try pressing the button up underneath the lights at the top, see if that'll do it. Might just be a keyboard playing silly bug as we're still using the dodgy keyboard from last time. They've came back. Hang on, have they actually came out? It doesn't look as though they came out.
There we go.
Thank
My
fuck
bad.
for that.
Pilot error. It does seem tiny considering that we're at 50,000 feet and it looks... Oh god, that's a bit of a mountainous region. I've got the horrible feeling that's where we're landing.
Right.
No, we're all good.
Well, we'll be all good.
Oh, there's the mountainous region there, so it looks like we're landing a fair bit in front of that.
Oh, this is good. I can't believe how well this is actually...
We're landing in a crater by the looks of it.
But it's a big crater.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Not when my piloting skill is brought into the equation.
Just remember to just slow yourself, kill all of that horizontal velocity and get yourself coming straight down. It's the way to play it.
Oh wait, we're about 10,000 feet. Or 10,000 metres.
Don't
you touch my mouse.
I just want to put the lights on. And just check.
Go fuck yourself, get off my mouse.
Look, it's hardly using any of the electric.
The mono propellant's out, by the looks of it.
Well, that would have been for the RCS, and we've ditched that.
That's a good point, we don't actually have that anymore.
Yeah. Did you find that made much of a difference to the handling of the machine? Because this should have been...
Absolutely, it was the world of difference that made.
Cool. I'm glad. And so we're actually seeing little technological improvements are making a difference to...
it basically meant that I could manoeuvre the thing before we ditched all of the rockets off the end of it.
Okay, so you don't play silly buggers with that time acceleration.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard... Once again, it's hard to tell exactly how far away we are from the ground here.
Yeah, it's kind of why I turned the lights on. I was hoping that it might give us some illumination. Probably too late when that happens, but it might give us some idea of how things are going. What I'd probably recommend is when you're getting to about... actually, that looks quite sort of hilly, doesn't it?
It does. I'm a little bit worried about it.
Maybe see if you can kill your velocity now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've already got the engines firing.
Cool.
And I just want to get it so that we're coming straight down.
Yeah.
If I have to pick another landing site, I'm going to struggle with that.
Well, you can see actually, you're only just tickling the throttle. You can see how quickly it's dropping down. Very little gravity here. So we can't afford to be quite bold in the way that will come down.
Well, you say that. You say we can afford it as though I have the ability to be able to afford anything other than the standard.
Well, if we can get that down to about...
No, I'll kill the velocity to 0 and then cut the engines.
Alright, I think that probably... Oh,
and there we go, and then gravity will take over and it'll start pulling us down nice and slowly.
Okay, and so
that doesn't look too bad. It looks like I'm missing the big crater there.
I suppose just kind of keep that velocity.
Oh god, I'm glad we're not landing. Landing there.
Bounced a little bit, I think. Just keep an eye out. Check the resources in the top right again.
Resources, fine.
Used about, what's that, 20% away?
What are you worried about? The fuel?
Yeah, I'm just...
There's nothing to worry about fuel.
Not the fuel, it was the electric, that's all I'm thinking about.
Oh, the electric charge is fine.
It's just because we're on the dark side, that's all I'm thinking.
I'll turn the lights off until we get a bit closer to the ground.
Now, but we don't know how close that ground is.
We'll spot it.
This is what I'm concerned about. Now, you say we'll spot it.
I mean, it's not coming up quick. If you look at that...
Yeah. Okay.
It's all good.
Keep an eye out. So we're just it's just tense now. It's just the waiting game, keeping an eye out. I hope this ground's flat. I can't really make it out.
I think it is.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm just adjusting my craft.
I do like
and
that
turning
new,
pro-access.
I do like that new cockpit. Yeah, I'd keep the lights on. I can't remember. There's one light which is kind of more like a flashlight, like a very narrow angle, but quite far. And there's one which just generally illuminates the area closer, but in a much wider angle. And I can't remember which ones we've put on.
We're drifting down very slowly.
We are. There's next to nothing here.
I'd like
It's
to
still kind of
apologise to the viewers for how long this is taking, but I do not have the self-confidence to be able to speed time up. So you're just going to have to either live with it or skip a minute or two ahead in the video and risk missing this momentous occasion.
I'm just watching how we're coming down. Do you think there's any kind of horizontal movement that we've still got going on? There's a slight bit, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of horizontal movement, but nothing that I'm too concerned about. I mean, it's gradually pulling up further towards the vertical as well.
I suppose that the thing to bear in mind with that is that, you know, at the end of the day, we could bounce here. If we hit slightly too hard, we could bounce if we don't explode. And there's very little gravity, so little bits of horizontal movement could amplify into something where we end up bouncing quite badly across the face of the moon.
There's nothing to worry about. Once I get to grips with exactly when we're going to land, it appears we're almost level with the sort of mountainous region, so we seem to be in a bit of a crater here.
Should we open one of the goo casters up?
I'd rather wait till we land before I start messing around with anything, if I can be perfectly honest with you. Because I don't think we're far away from it at all. I mean, we're 3,500 metres.
We're starting to pick up a little bit of speed as well. I'm not sure if, you know, even though it's going to kind of prolong things, it might just be worth kind of bringing that down a touch. I don't know.
I'm going to start any second now.
Come down. Yeah, it's not bad, you know. It's not bad. Yeah, just literally because, you know, I still think we've got quite a good bit of fuel here, but just keep an eye on.
Little baby steps.
Can't see any sign of the light underneath. We still must be quite a distance up.
No, we are. I think we're going down below surface level. Or below sea level.
Hang on, you can see the lights. Faster! Cut it! Oh, it's not bad, come on! Shit, that snuck up on me. Might want to just turn ever so slightly. Yeah, that way to kill some of that. Little gentle moments is all we need. Yep, that's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, kill that. That's good. That's good.
No, we're going back the other way now.
That's okay though, it's still ever so slight. And it's still nice and gentle. We need to get that retrograde marker facing directly up. Oh, this isn't bad. It's good because we're not hitting it at a fast speed. I think this is it. There we go. Just tickle that little throttle. Nice. Oh, get in there! That was beautiful. You could cut the tension here at Geordie Space Command by the friggin' knife.
That moment of silence there.
Oh, I'm patting you on the back there. That was a good one. That was tense. It's a good job we looked down there. Fuck me, that came up quick.
It did. It came out of nowhere. 125
Let's have a read.
While the material samples were processed, you began to turn your thoughts to how much Minmus looks like a mint dessert, and have discovered you are now hungry.
125 science.
See what the mystery goo does. You observe the goo, but we got 50 science for that one. We'll get a little bit more for this one. Another. Well, another. Well, no, we'll only get the top up. I can't see that temperature thing.
It's on the back of the science module.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. You can toggle the display to see how hot or cold it is. If you just click it.
Minus 20.
You could live in that.
Well, not comfortably. Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
I think that'll be Celsius. No, I don't know.
Collected recorded temperature data. 40 signs from that.
Oh, that was worth it. Come on.
That's definitely a benefit. I'm glad we put that on.
Thermometer.
So I guess we EV out. Oh, I forgot to do a crew report. Remind me to do one before we leave.
I'll try.
And
that's oof. That wasn't the most glamorous of landings. He came down in the spotlight though. That was nice.
He did. Oh my god, he's running very slow in this gravity.
Plant your flag and then jump.
I'm terrified to jump in case he just takes off.
Well, we've got
Can
RCS,
you guarantee? Oh, that's a good point. We do have RCS. I'm not sure if you can engage RCS mid jump.
Well, engage it first, possibly.
Would you like to think of a name for the flag? Actually, you know what? We'll call it the Redlaz landing.
Nice.
In honour of the man himself. If anyone from America is watching, that is the British spelling. We're not incapable of spelling. This one's for you, buddy. Thanks for the help.
Right, now grab some of that nice minty greenness.
Oh, Bob looks really happy. He really is the hero of the Geordie space program.
He is.
40 science. You feel a bit like a superhero when you jump in the low gravity. I'm going to jump straight up though.
Look at that. You could be straight onto the friggin' rocket with that. Did you engage RCS? I'm concerned about these coming back down again. Just keep an eye out. You can see it hardly takes anything though, just to cancel it.
Just a little touch.
Superb. This is the place for your acrobatics.
Well, shall we head back? I'm conscious of the fact this is probably a very long video because of the amount of time we spent generating the rocket.
Okay then. We did get everything there. Did we pick up some of the planet?
I'm pretty sure we did, but let's go back down.
Can you imagine?
You're making me doubt myself now, but I'm pretty sure I took a surface sample and I got 40 science from it.
I got distracted. A bird flew by the window. That's all it took.
Take surface sample. Oh my god, thank you. I didn't take a surface sample and it's worth 150 science. Tiny crystal-like grains, very pretty. Probably not edible, which is a shame since it reminded him of a lovely green dessert.
If he didn't have that the big space helmet on him,
I did the EVA report. I did, but let's look again. Minmus Midlands, that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
So there is indeed different biomes.
Cool. Alright, get back in, crew report, and then try and work out how the frig we get home. Oh, that was very well done. That actually went. Well, there wasn't a plan, but if we had a plan, that's probably how it would have looked.
Oh,
Nice.
I got in no problem this time.
Okay.
Right, so there's very little here, so I guess just
Go up again,
shoot up.
and then the old 45. That'll probably do it, you know.
I mean, what sort of distance are we looking at, do you think?
Couldn't tell you. Probably over that big mountain.
Oops.
Yeah, well, that'll definitely do it.
I went a little bit further than I planned to there.
Just see what happens if we keep burning.
No.
Because it might get we back. You never know, it might say we're having to go into an orbit.
Yeah, but we're on the dark side. We need to go over there.
Oh,
So we need to get round.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
I'd rather get into an orbit and be on the safe side because we've got plenty fuel. We've got a lot more than when we took off from the Mun, and
Yeah,
it's going to take a lot less.
It says that's going to, take a 5 second to get a nice circular orbit. Then we're probably looking at maybe about a 30-40 second burn to get home. Got this in the bag, baby.
Absolutely. And once again, it's nothing to do with rocket design. It's all down to pilot skill, I think.
Well, because after our review of the last couple of videos and you gave me wrong for being too critical, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to seethe quietly. Okay. Probably check the map. There we go.
I'm not even burning full speed here. I'm just taking it nice and gently, nice and controlled. I mean, that'll get us into an orbit. 15,000, we're not going to need much to stay in orbit around this.
I'd hope so, but some of those mountains, just trying to think what sort of height it was when we kind of came by them.
Well, it's not dropping.
That'll probably be alright. Okay, see if we
I
can
mean, I
find
could kick it out a little bit more if you're feeling uncomfortable with it.
No, I'm just trying to scratch my head there. When we were coming down for that landing, I think it was probably about 8,000, wasn't it, when we started kind of getting level to the mountains, roughly? So we're over that. Should be alright.
I'll just kick it out with 20. Just to be on the super safe side. Ah, that's far too much. I thought that looked a bit much. Fuck's sake. a very fine manoeuvre here. Okay, kick it out to 20.
2.7 metres per second at delta V. That's nout. By the time you turn your engine on, you're done. I think that's order of the day when it comes to Minmus, just nice gentle movements.
Just nudging it.
Coming on. Oh, that's looking pretty snazzy. Sorry viewers, I know we're a little bit quiet here, we're doing some...
Well, I'm very tense. It's up to you to fill the gap, I think.
No, because I'm head scratching as well, because I'm trying to work out the next part, which is how do we go home?
Oh, going home should be easy.
I'm just thinking, you know, we're on a moon that has a slightly funny orbit, and we're on a slightly funny orbit on the thing with a funny orbit, and that's causing us some reservations. See, because, like, look, our orbit's kind of pointing down.
Don't set us targets. I'm trying to...
It does get a little bit annoying.
There we go. Put a manoeuvre node.
Where the fuck does that take me?
I believe that's taking us into a Muna orbit. So we want to dial that in quite a bit. Or dial that out quite a bit.
See, this is why I was doing the head scratching. Need to get home.
We'll get home. We just need to play with it a bit. So that's actually putting us in a... Is that a Kerbin orbit it's putting... It is putting us in a Kerbin orbit.
In theory.
I mean, a very, very wide Kerbin orbit.
It's not really so much an orbit, it's just flinging off into space, really.
That's okay, we can put ourselves into a massively wide Kerbin orbit. That's the start. Okay?
Right.
And then once we're in a huge wide Kerbin orbit, we'll wait until we're at the apoapsis and then pull it in.
Zoom out a little bit just so we can see what's actually going to happen when we do that. What sort of orbit is that?
A huge one.
Okay, yeah, it's mental, but it's not undoable.
It gets us into the position where I know what the next manoeuvre is.
Yeah, that's it's probably incredibly
And that's the most
inefficient
important
for
part.
people that know what's going on, but that'll do it for
What the
us.
fuck is that? Pinky bollocks.
I think that's possibly something to do with the ascending or the descending.
Well, it's confusing the piss out of me, so I'm
Just stick with a blue one. You know where you are with a blue one. I think what you'd find is that would kind of start matching up with the blue one in any event, I think.
Right,
So
there's my super wide Kerbin orbit. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that.
Just burn for the blue one. At the allotted time, it's only a 3-second burn anyway, so even if it goes horribly wrong, providing we don't die, we should still be alright.
Oh,
I hope we don't explode like when we're like fast forward in time here, like smacking into something. It'd be incredibly unfortunate.
It would be, but it's all good. That's just wandering away from me, so I'm just going to pull it back.
Oh hey.
Can't speed up time anymore, unfortunately.
You know when you kind of landed this bombshell on us that I was going to have to design like a Minmus gun rocket from scratch. I honestly didn't think that would get it done in the one episode. I know this is probably, as it transpires, turned into quite a long episode.
May end up splitting it into two,
Yeah.
to be perfectly honest with you.
Just didn't see this happen. But yeah, I'm thinking we've done very, very canny here. Slightly overshot the wad, but it'll do.
It gets us into a Kerbin orbit, and that's what I wanted to do. That doesn't look like an orbit to me,
No.
because there's a Kerbin escape there. So let's add a...
Oh, perfect. That's what we want. Bring it right down. Still quite a distance out. Smack bang into the planet.
That's the plan. What's
Cool.
my burn? 16 seconds.
Piece of piss.
Sweet.
We've got enough once we get into the atmosphere just to burn off the rest of our fuel, lighten ourselves up and slow things down nicely.
And the manoeuvre happens in 1 day.
Slightly up.
Yeah, it's a little bit wobbly, the old controls.
Might be worth just checking the resources as well. I mean, I'm not sure how we're doing in terms of the sunlight anymore. Oh, it's recharged quite nicely.
It has. Right, where are we? Is it worth me popping out and doing it? Oh, I already did an EVA, didn't I? You made me do an EVA before we
We might be over
landed.
it. I'm not sure if we're still low enough to.
We
maybe
can't.
hit the
We can't
biomes
do
on.
another one. The Kerbin himself can carry one, and the cockpit can carry one.
Cool.
So we've got 2. I'm afraid we can't do any more.
I don't think we can get like another temperature reading or anything like that up here either.
I think it'll reset the original one.
Right. Well, keep the 111 the planet in any event.
Okay. Keep your eye on that counter, because the last thing I want is to overshoot and leap into space and never to be seen again.
I'll just scream when I feel
7,
like
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Scream! Half an hour off. Not bad though. No, don't get too uppity with the button presses.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice. Get that baby down to 8 seconds. Burn like a good one. We're home.
We are home from Minmus.
Providing we don't do something daft like try to get out the craft or something when we land. And
I'm really pleased that we only just got to the Mun and back, and then on the very next trip, in a completely different rocket designed from scratch, we got to Minmus and back. I think that we're probably going to start to lose viewers, because I think people watch Geordie Space Program to see us kill Kerbins and explode in amusing ways.
that's gonna happen though, because this is really the extent of my gameplay. This is what I can do. I can get to the moon, I can get the Minmus, and I can design rockets that sometimes can do that. I can't do anything else.
Well,
So-
I've never successfully landed on the Mun and got back, other than the one time we did it with Geordie Space Program.
We'll see what
And
sort
this is the first time I've ever even landed on Minmus, never mind getting back successfully.
and how did it feel?
Well, actually, we're not back successfully yet, so perhaps being a little bit cocky, but
Well,
it's felt pretty good.
I don't want to jinx it, but we're usually
Oh,
quite good at
I've
this bit.
accidentally clicked on something, and
It's a flag on a mountain.
That's which flag is that?
Nobody knows.
I have no idea. Let's get back to the space center and get back to the ship that I've just left floating out there. Because the last thing we want to do is just leave it, because it will then crash into the planet.
I hope we've got enough parachutes.
Yeah, parachutes was yours, but we've got loads of liquid fuel. I could try and land the whole damn thing, actually.
Yeah, before ejecting it. Although the only downside to that is, no, that would work if we put the stage for that above the parachutes, because then it would, deploy the parachutes. I think the key is going to be, if you want to try that, make sure you burn all the fuel when you get into atmosphere. Just because that'll make one much lighter. I think that's probably a good way forwards.
Burn all the fuel before we get in that atmosphere.
No, get into the atmosphere and then burn the fuel to lighten the air.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's
Can
the
we see
plan.
see Kerbin yet?
Oh yeah, we'll be able to see it. We're pretty damn close now. I'll just zoom forward. There we go.
Coming up just nice. So whereabouts do you reckon we're going to touch down then?
We will probably have to wait till we get a bit closer to it before we find out, because it's going to have a bit of spin.
It's probably going to be in the sea. That's always a little bit dangerous. You're way more likely to kill yourself landing in the sea than you are on land, providing the land's flat. Sea sometimes does funny things with the physics. You could use, one of those ones, and maybe down over might be quite a good one. Okay, we've screwed the pooch on that one.
A little bit. You may guess that I don't often burn any way other than prograde and retrograde, so I don't really know what I'm doing.
No, that wouldn't work. If you try it maybe the other way. Oh god, what happened there?
I've no idea. What am I supposed to be doing here?
Go on the down one. You see the
This one?
Yeah, that one. See if we can pull that down. See what happens. We could try that and might bring we in on land.
Yeah, that'll bring us uncomfortably close to a mountain range. Let's move a little bit further up and away from those mountains.
I think there's a good chance we'll hit the ocean there anyway, because obviously we'll slow down a lot once we get into orbit, which will bring that forwards. But I suppose we have got fuel. We could use the fuel to just kind of push ourselves over land.
We'll be fine, even if we land on in the ocean. I don't foresee any major problems.
It's quite a bit of Delta V that wants for that. Hey, we didn't bring the legs up, did we?
Oh no, we never did.
Bring the legs up.
For what it's worth at this late stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like we are going to land in the middle of the ocean.
Smack bang in the middle.
Oh, that's because I forgot to actually do any sort of manoeuvring. I set a manoeuvre node and then didn't do anything. Apologies.
It's going to be pretty tight to try and do it now, though. Your cats are going apeshit again.
They do that.
It's not bad, but we're kind of at that manoeuvre node again. Yeah, we're past it.
Close enough to it.
It's a lot of Delta V at once, Jesus. Always a bit of a risky strategy, this.
We've got the parachutes. I don't really see that there's much of a problem. We've got
Yeah.
loads and loads of fuel left as well.
I really like this little landing design that we came up with. I think it works very, very good as a lander and a comebacker.
A comebacker.
Comebacker.
Is that the technical term that they use from it in the NASA space program?
I believe so. It's a term I came up with. I think in the last video, or maybe the video before that even. The comebacker. The return stage, I believe, is the official term, but I prefer comebacker. Everyone likes a comebacker.
Everyone loves a comebacker.
Some weird stuff happening here now, isn't there? It's sort of, kind of. Yeah, I'll do. Just leave it. Over-egging the pun. Okay, so I think we're coming down in this kind of direction, down towards the bottom right. I think, are we?
We are moving in this direction.
I think flip yourself around to prograde so you're coming in point first because it looks fucking gnarly with that cockpit on. Like flying forwards with that, with it all on fire.
Flip myself to prograde just so you can enjoy the visual effect.
Yeah. Oh, come on, look at it. I mean, it looks the business now. Looks like a proper spaceship.
It is a proper spaceship.
Yeah, but like not like a rocket. It looks like a proper spaceship, like a sci-fi fucking spaceship with that thing on the front. Looks properly hardcore. Loving it.
Just so you can see it burn up on re-entry.
Yeah.
Very well.
Well, Bob seems to agree with this. Look at him.
Bob is well pleased with himself. It does look pretty gnarly, I'll give you that.
So his retirement lasted all of about 15 minutes in reality then.
Yeah, but what a comeback from retirement. Bob himself is quite the comebackerer.
Love it.
Coming back and...
Oh, there's so
Goo.
many various filthy puns we could be coming up with. Still got the lights on.
The lights are off.
Are they? Oh, put the lights on.
Oh. The lights were
They left
on.
the lights on.
Well, it proves that...
Honestly.
it proves that the satellite dish is doing their bit.
The solars.
Coming in awfully fucking quick.
Yeah, we'll not hit the atmosphere until about
30,000 feet.
Yeah.
30,000
Oh, there we go.
metres.
Right on cue. Look how good that looks though with the flames coming off. Jump into IVA mode. Done IVA. Look at that. Awesome. Loving it. Horizon in the background. Flames. Dangerously close to the glass, separating your face. And
I
the
can't
rest of the
flip the
universe.
damn thing around.
Yeah, no, it's because it's pointing straight through it. It's just darting straight
We're
through.
at 10,000 feet. I want to flip the ship around so I can burn retrograde.
We'll be able to shortly. Watch with all the white. There we go. That's cooling it down nicely. That'll help.
I have no control, Paul.
Check the resources. It's probably just because it's quite fast. There you go. See?
No, I can't flip it around.
Right.
So we're relying entirely on the parachute.
We're slowing down quite nice, though. I've got a sneaking suspicion anyway when we deploy the parachutes, the bottom half of the rocket will probably just slop off anyway.
There we go.
If you're going to try and land it all in one, though... Oh. No.
I can't land it all
I
in
hope
one.
that doesn't land on my head. Parachutes out. This looks fairly flat. Yeah, still coming down.
I am a bit worried about that.
Oh no, look, it's bigger. The drag will kind of pull it back. You didn't leave the engines burning on the thing, did you?
Why aren't the parachutes deploying?
Set to 500.
Have they landed
You're doing
now?
some frantic mouse clicking here as you rotate wildly to try and see what's going to come and finish what off.
Yeah, I would have had to manually deploy the parachutes because of the way we set the stage in, or drag the parachutes into a different stage, which I didn't think about until the last minute, so I decided just to ditch that back end to make deploying the parachute easier, because we were coming in quite quick. But we've maintained all our scientific equipment. We could have. I'm pretty confident we could have landed that if we changed the way the staging was set up, but didn't seem any need to take a risk, did there?
I find sometimes these designs, once the parachutes deploy, it does just pull that off in any event, unless that's quite sort of
Yeah, we don't want to have too much weight
careful
on
with the
it.
landing.
I'm careful with the landing.
Remember episode 1 or 2 possibly. There we go. Nice.
I'll rotate that. So the two legs are facing the down slope.
Oof.
Sweet.
That was a good landing. I'm happy with that.
I did do a crew report when we were on Minmus, didn't
Yeah.
I? I don't think I did.
I think I told you to. Could you not? Maybe you can keep more in this ship, this crafty bit.
That's possible.
We'll soon find. Oh Christ! I just had a horrible image of Bob the first time he died. Straight into the desert. Yeah, we'll find out when we get back, I suppose. Maybe you can fit more data in there. I don't know.
Possible. I mean, there's got to be some reason.
I did
for
tell you
having this
to.
one.
I'm pretty sure you did. I hope you did. Or I'm going to be very upset.
The return of Redlaz. Take an additional surface sample just for shits and giggles. 9 signs, yeah, not
Hey,
bad.
why not? Better than a kick in the teeth.
An additional EVA report, 2.4 signs.
All adds up.
Okay, let's recover Bob and see what
Awesome.
Bob brings back with him. Bob has been to Minmus and he's brought back some soil from Kerbin's grasslands and an EVA report from Kerbin's grasslands for a total of 11.4 signs.
Bit understated that.
Bit understated, but let's recover the ship itself, the Redlaz Mark 1. Recover the vessel. Crew report from the
Whoa.
grasslands.
487.5 science.
My bad, mate. I didn't take a crew report when we were actually on Minmus, so we missed out on quite a bit there.
We might need to stop the recording so I can beast you. This
I
is a
don't know, I
real
think
and dangerous friggin'
We've
possibility.
done good.
Yeah, 487.5 feels like a spit in the eye now when it could have been like 550. Jesus Christ.
Stick it up your
What
ass,
were you-
mate. Stick it up your ass.
What were you doing?
You didn't
I
make
told
me
you.
do it.
I did.
You didn't make me- No, you told me to do an EVA report and a soil sample. I did both of those things.
Oh,
Look,
oh,
EVA
right.
report, surface sample.
Right, okay then, before this video even goes anywhere fucking near YouTube, we're going to be watching back the landing, and you're going to hear me distinctly say, remember to get the crew report when you get back in. Oh my god.
Very well, we will watch it back right now. I guess we'd better sign off. Thank you for watching this video from GonzoEwok of Geordie Space Programme. Watching us get to Minmus and back. Be sure, of course, to check out some of our other videos. If you haven't checked some of the earlier ones, go back and watch the first one and see how far we've came from what was a pretty disastrous first launch. Have a look at the Zomboid vids, and if you like our stuff, please subscribe and have a look at our future videos. But above all, just thank you for stopping by and watching this vid.
We'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, goodbye.